So Whole House Reuse is a one-off project aimed to show the value of the materials within a typical residential dwelling, and we aim to show the value of those materials because they are so often disposed of in a way that is concerning. Following the earthquakes in Canterbury, there was a high level of disposal and hurried demolition. There was some concern that surely there was another way of valuing those materials. I started to think about what was another way that we could show how the materials of just one house were reusable.
Whole house reuse was developed to offer an understanding of the scale of waste that's occurring from demolition. We needed to make it relatable. We wanted something small, manageable, and something that seemed typical of a New Zealand home.
We took the house down carefully over a period of about 10 days, piece by piece. Then it was catalogued and sort of measured and documented as it was put into storage. And then we created a brief to call for designs for the reuse of that material.
There are more than 100 people around the country making works for whole house reuse. Auckland, Coromandel, Hastings, Wellington, Nelson, and of course a lot of people down here in Christchurch. We ended up setting off in a van for the North Island with a lot of materials on board. We had a trailer full, roof racks full, van load full, no space for our gear.
What I hope will come from whole house reuse is, at the very least, raised awareness of what's possible in terms of reuse, and also of what the problem is in terms of the quantity of material that gets lost every time a building's life ends.
For us it was really interesting because it's such a concise use of resources. So much goes into a house in terms of energy and materials that to then look at what can come out of it at the other end was really interesting. So we were quite excited about trying to see what could be done with waste materials.
We do appreciate the icon of the home, but ultimately the home is made up of all of these various materials. They're being dispersed, and different people are interpreting them in different ways, but ultimately they're all fragments of this one family's memories in this home. And now, as a result of their reinterpretation, they're going to produce exponentially more memories.
We are able then to reflect on what it means to put so much material into every single building. The significance of that, it's really quite a big deal. And perhaps then we can think about whether or not we're building our houses the right way.
I find recycled materials hold a lot of the history, of the human history and the environmental history of our lives. And so to me, they're the most precious things we have, the recycled materials. They're more precious than new materials to me.
Recreating rather than just wasting, because waste is a pretty horrible thing that's happening at the moment, and it doesn't make sense in my books.